In the kingdom of Vibrantia, color wasn't just something people saw, it was something they felt. The skies weren't merely blue, they were alive with the laughter of azure birds. The fields of golden wheat sang with the warmth of the sun, and the flowers bloomed with whispers of joy. Every shade in the kingdom held a special magic, binding the land and its people together in harmony. At the heart of this vibrant kingdom lived Princess Aeliana, a young and kind-hearted royal who loved nothing more than to wander through the gardens and forests, soaking in the beauty of her colorful world. Her favorite time of day was dusk, when the sky turned a brilliant tapestry of purples, pinks and oranges, as if the day itself was painting a masterpiece to bid farewell. But one fateful morning, everything changed. Aeliana awoke to find her world drained of its hues. The once vibrant kingdom of Vibrantia had been reduced to a bleak landscape of black, white, and gray. The birds no longer sang their cheerful tunes, the flowers drooped in despair, and the people of the kingdom wandered about in confusion and sorrow. Aeliana hurried to the throne room, where her parents, King Theodon and Queen Serenia, sat in shock. They were surrounded by advisors, all talking at once, trying to make sense of what had happened. The king's once golden crown now glimmered dully, and the queen's emerald necklace had lost its luster. "Mother, father, what's going on? What's happened to our kingdom?" Aeliana asked, her voice trembling. King Theodon sighed deeply. "It seems that the colors of our kingdom have been stolen, Aeliana. The magic that gives life to our world has vanished overnight, but how? Who could do such a thing?" Aeliana's heart ached at the sight of her beloved Vibrantia, turned into a shadow of its former self. "There are legends," Queen Serenia began, her voice soft and sad, "of a place called the Land of Rainbows, where all colors in the world originate. It is said that if the colors are ever taken from the world, they must be retrieved from there." "Then we must go there," Aeliana declared, her determination unwavering. "We must find whoever took our colors and bring them back." King Theodon looked at his daughter with a mixture of pride and concern. "The journey to the Land of Rainbows is fraught with danger, my dear. It lies beyond the known world, in a place where few have ventured and returned. I have to try," Father Aeliana insisted. "If I don't, our kingdom will remain like this forever. I cannot let that happen." Seeing the resolve in his daughter's eyes, King Theodon nodded. "Very well, Aeliana. You shall go, but you will not go alone. You will take your most trusted companions and the silver compass, which will guide you on your journey." The silver compass was a magical heirloom passed down through generations of Vibrantia's royal family. It was said to point not to the north, but to whatever the heart most desired. With this in hand, Aeliana felt a surge of hope. Before setting out, Aeliana gathered her companion Sir Cedric, the bravest knight in the kingdom, Lyra, a clever young woman with a knack for solving puzzles, and Zephyr, a gentle giant of a man who could speak to animals. Together they packed provisions and prepared for the long journey ahead. As they left Vibrantia, the silver compass pointed them towards the east, beyond the mountains and forests that marked the edge of the kingdom. The further they traveled, the more they realized that the loss of color had affected not only Vibrantia but the lands beyond as well. They passed through villages where children no longer played, forests where the leaves hung limp, and rivers that ran clear but lifeless. Each night, the group would camp under the gray sky, and Aeliana would think about the vibrant world she had left behind. But her resolve never wavered. She knew that the colors were out there somewhere, waiting to be reclaimed. After many days of travel, the companions reached the Crystal Mountains, a range of towering peaks that shimmered even in their grayscale state. According to the old legends, the Land of Rainbows lay beyond these mountains, but crossing them would be no easy feat. The path through the Crystal Mountains was narrow and treacherous. Sharp rocks jutted out at odd angles, and the air grew thin and cold. As they ascended, Aeliana noticed that the silver compass began to behave strangely, its needle spinning wildly. "What's happening?" she asked, showing the compass to Sir Cedric. Lyra examined the compass closely. "I think the magic of the mountains is interfering with the compass. We may have to rely on our instincts to find our way through." Though it was a daunting thought, Aeliana knew they had no choice but to press on. The group moved cautiously, relying on Zephyr's strength to help them over the most difficult parts of the climb. Along the way, they encountered strange sights: trees made of crystal, caves that glowed with an eerie light, and echoes that seemed to answer their every word. At last, they reached the summit of the tallest peak, where they were met with a breathtaking sight. Below them stretched a vast valley, filled with mist that shimmered like liquid silver, and in the distance they saw it the Land of Rainbows. Even from afar they could see faint hints of color seeping through the mist, like glimpses of a forgotten dream. But between them and the land of rainbows lay one final obstacle, a chasm so wide and deep that it seemed impossible to cross. There was no bridge, no path around it, and no way to see the bottom. "This is it," Aeliana said, staring at the chasm in despair. "We've come so far, but how can we possibly cross this?" Just then, Zephyr, who had been listening intently to the wind, spoke up. "The wind speaks of an ancient guardian who watches over this chasm. It is said that only those who prove their worth may pass." As if in response to his words, the mist parted, and a massive figure emerged from the shadows. It was a dragon, its scales shimmering with a dull rainbow sheen that hinted at the colors it once possessed. The dragon's eyes, though fierce, held a sadness that tugged at Aeliana's heart. "Who dares to enter the land of rainbows?" The dragon's voice rumbled like thunder. "Why do you seek what is lost?" Aeliana stepped forward, her voice steady. "I am Princess Aeliana of Vibrantia. My kingdom's colors have been stolen, and I have come to retrieve them. Without them, my people will suffer, and the magic of our land will fade away." The dragon studied her for a long moment. "Many have come before you, seeking the colors for their own gain. How do I know you are different?" Aeliana thought for a moment, then said, "I do not seek the colors for power or wealth. I seek them because they are a part of my kingdom's soul. Without them, our land cannot thrive. I ask for nothing more than what was taken from us." The dragon's eyes softened. "Your words are true and your heart is pure, but to reclaim the colors, you must pass a final test." "Will you accept?" "I will," Aeliana said without hesitation. The dragon nodded and breathed a long, deep breath. The air around them shimmered, and suddenly, the chasm was no longer a chasm, it was a bridge, but not a solid one. It was made of light, faint and flickering, as if it could vanish at any moment. "You must cross the bridge of light," the dragon explained, "but beware, the bridge will test your resolve. If your heart falters, the bridge will fade, and you will fall." With her companions at her side, Aeliana took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge. The moment her foot touched the light, she felt a strange sensation, as if the bridge was alive, pulsing with energy. She could see the land of rainbows ahead, so close yet so far. As they moved forward, the bridge began to sway and flicker. Doubts crept into Aeliana's mind. What if they couldn't make it? What if they failed? The colors of Vibrantia seemed so distant, almost unreachable. But then she remembered the vibrant fields, the singing birds, and the laughter of the people she loved. She remembered the promise she made to her parents and the hope that still flickered in the hearts of her people. She couldn't let them down. With renewed determination, Aeliana focused on the light beneath her feet, willing it to stay strong. Her companions, sensing her resolve, followed suit. Together they moved forward, step by step, until finally they reached the other side. As soon as they stepped off the bridge, it vanished behind them, leaving only the dragon, who bowed its head in respect. "You have proven your worth, Princess Aeliana. The colors await you in the Valley of Rainbows." The group descended into the valley, where the mist gradually cleared to reveal a breathtaking sight. Everywhere they looked, colors flowed like rivers, danced in the air like fireflies, and bloomed like flowers. The Valley of Rainbows was a living, breathing tapestry of hues, more beautiful than anything they had ever seen. In the center of the valley stood a towering tree, its leaves shimmering with every color imaginable. Beneath it, a pool of liquid light glowed softly, reflecting the entire spectrum of the rainbow. Aeliana approached the pool, her heart swelling with hope. "The colors of the world are born here," the dragon said, "and from here they spread to all lands. To restore your kingdom, you must gather the colors and carry them back with you." Aeliana knelt beside the pool and dipped her hand into the liquid light. As she did, the colors began to swirl around her, filling her with warmth and energy. She felt the magic of Vibrantia returning, stronger and more vibrant than ever. With the colors now gathered within her, Aeliana turned to the dragon. "Thank you for your guidance and for allowing us to pass." The dragon nodded. "You have shown great courage and selflessness, Princess Aeliana. The colors are yours to take, but remember they are not just for you but for all who live in your kingdom. Use them wisely." Aeliana and her companions bid farewell to the dragon and began their journey home. As they crossed the crystal mountains, the colors within Aeliana began to seep into the world around them, restoring life to the land. The once dull trees sparkled with green, the rivers shimmered with blue, and the sky blazed with the warm hues of dawn. By the time they reached Vibrantia, the kingdom had already begun to recover. The people, who had been wandering in despair, now looked up in wonder as the colors returned to their world. Flowers bloomed, birds sang, and the sun shone brighter than ever. Aeliana stood before her parents, the silver compass in hand, and smiled. "The colors have been restored, mother, father." Vibrantia is whole again. King Theodon and Queen Serenia embraced their daughter, their hearts filled with pride and gratitude. "You have done something truly remarkable," Aeliana the king said. "You have saved our kingdom and brought hope to our people." As the days passed, the kingdom of Vibrantia flourished like never before. The colors were brighter, the magic stronger, and the people happier. And through it all, Princess Aeliana never forgot the lessons she had learned, that courage, selflessness, and love were the true colors that made the world a beautiful place. And so Vibrantia thrived, its colors a reminder of the journey that a brave princess had undertaken to restore the magic of her land. And every year, on the anniversary of the day the colors returned, the people of Chroma celebrated with a grand festival, where they would sing, dance, and give thanks for the colors that filled their world with joy. As for Aeliana, she continued to explore her kingdom, always finding new wonders in the colors that she had fought so hard to reclaim. And whenever she looked up at the vibrant sky or down at the blooming flowers, she knew that the true magic of Vibrantia was not just in the colors themselves, but in the hearts of those who cherished them. And so, the story of Princess Aeliana and the stolen colors became a legend, passed down through the generations, a tale of hope, bravery, and the power of love to bring light to even the darkest of times.